Hey everybody, hope you are well on a cloudy day and apparently a rainy weekend coming up. I am in Hartford all week, as you can tell, but I did want to start off by talking about their hands-off protests throughout the country this past weekend, and I went to 3 in the Northwest Corner in Salisbury, Cornwall, and Torrington. And I wanted to just note how great it was to see so many people and such a vast array of people who have expectations that their government will take care of them and do what it said it was going to do and stand up for the people who most need help and for those who've been paying into systems for years and have expectations about what is due to them. It was really great to see so many people out there and a friendly crowd, passionate crowd, lots of clever posters. And also, I noticed people from these were not partisan events. There were people from a wide array of political perspectives who have an expectation of a government that will serve them. And it proved to me, good government is not a partisan issue. And I think we can stand up for better expectations for a system of government that adheres to its promises and to the Constitution. So, and I thank a couple of you who reached out to me just to make that point that was important to you, that it be noted that this was not a partisan thing, because, not everybody was from the same side of the political street who was out there, and we need to make sure we acknowledge that because there's a lot of people who are upset about what's happening. But it was great to see so many people last weekend at those events. Most of the rest of my time at the moment is spent in Hartford. My own committee is reaching its what's called the JF deadline next week, which stands for Joint Favorable, which means basically the curtain is closing on the committee part of our work. And so on our deadline is the 24th, but there's a lot of lag in terms of we have to release bills for public hearing, and then there's time that has to go by in order for them to be publicly available so that they can be read. So we have 2 public hearings coming up next week for the rest of the bills we have outstanding, and we have a few things in them. We have a potential child tax credit in there, tax relief for small business, tax relief for renters. We likely will not be able to do all those things, but we're trying to figure out, ways to provide meaningful relief to a lot of different groups in Connecticut who could use the help, especially at a time when we are really being challenged, not only by our own needs, but by cuts in federal. We had yet another piece of email today that the Connecticut Library got cut $2 million. So it happens pretty much every day. We also had I wanted to acknowledge a day of advocacy for what's called the Community Investment Act, which my predecessor, Roberta Willis, was a big part of bringing into existence. And it is a conveyance fee that pays for, that's been in place for 20 odd years now. And it pays for agriculture, particularly dairy farms, affordable housing, historic preservation. And it has been really material in ensuring a stable funding for those initiatives. And as a result, it has wide support throughout the state. And we have a proposal this year for a modest increase to that. So we had a lot of people from those various communities in advocating for it. And that was, it was nice to see so many people here for that. We also have coming up this weekend we get to honor some important people locally and statewide. My hearty congratulations to the UConn women's basketball team on winning the national championship and dominating the tournament. That was quite fun. It is, I don't mind a boring game when they are so dominant. There will be a parade for the UConn women on Sunday. The weather may be a little questionable, but there will be a parade in Hartford on their behalf. And then also on Sunday, we are honoring, there's an event for Amanda Freund and Cowpots at the Colonial Theater in Canaan, she appeared on Shark Tank last week. So, that'll be fun as well. Maybe I'll see you at one of those. Hope you have a not so soggy weekend and see you soon.